at the news headlines, I see that...
Years ago, that I actually worked with you, although you didn't know it. I was one of a choir standing behind you at the Royal Festival Hall when you were dressed, you had your long blonde hair and you had a white cape on, and you were doing Journey to the Centre of the Earth.
That's right. That's going back a long time.
That's quite a few years. Yes,
about 12,
that's why I can't remember. It must be about 11 or 12.
Yeah, yes. I was about 11 at the time, I think. Yeah,
yes, I was terribly young too.
Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed that evening. That was great fun, but it seemed to be quite a different style to the rather state music we had earlier in the programme.
It's very funny. Music does a sort of a circle on you. Most of the stuff that I write, I obviously sit down at the piano and write. And the funny thing is it gets turned around to keyboards or huge orchestras. In fact, the reason it's all turned a complete circle is thanks to Tony Rayner, a producer who's put together a night music program, which I've just done. Mm-hmm. And he wanted sort of the other side of the music and the things that I do. So it turned a full circle. You're virtually back playing the piano all the time and nothing else.
Do you feel very lonely, in a sense, or does the sound feel different to you, that you haven't got this huge electronic sound around you, that you've just got the simple sound of the piano?
It's actually nicer, because the piano in itself is an orchestral instrument for me, and you can actually hear when you use electronic instruments to cover up, in fact, things that you're not very happy about. So you actually have to, when you play the piano, correct quite a few things that you do for electronic instruments.
You use the piano in a very orchestral way anyway. You write very fully, don't you? You're not talking about just chords. You keep the piano moving, the music's moving all the time.
I've always been a kitchen sink merchant, always use all 10 fingers rather than just 2 or 3. That's true.
Have you changed very much, do you think, in that 12 years or so? Because
well, it's funny how things do change. For example, people think that you're a rock and roller all the time. They expect you, because you're in that sort of bag, to be a rock and roller, and after you've finished the concert, to be very obnoxious to everybody and go back and smash up your dressing room or whatever. Funny enough here, because everybody's so polite, I mean, I redecorated it yesterday.
It needs it, yes.
Yeah, it's a nice shade of pink at the moment. It's fun.
When you look back, though, over the years, they were sort of quite loud, lively years, weren't they? Because you made quite a few millions and lost quite a few, and it's led quite a lively life.
I think that anything, it's the same as any TV company, really. I think what happens is that you have your ups and downs, and it depends what you invest in. And if you invest in yourself, then you're bound to have ups and downs where you lose and when you gain. But I think if you believe in what you do and believe in other people around you, then it'll come back.
I know you're going off to China in a few
right.
months' time. Now, are you going to do a similar thing over there to the sort of thing you were doing when I sang with you, in a way, in the background? Are you going to get Chinese singers and musicians involved?
Well, funny enough, they did like Journey very much, and I've been invited over by Central Television in Peking to do a television program for them. And the nice thing is that they want me to do Journey, write a piece for them. They've given me acrobats, little children to work with, who are dancers. We're going over in October. It's taken us, in fact, about 2.5 years to put the whole thing together and to do it properly. And I think it's the fact that maybe I'm getting older and slightly more cultural than I used to be, although I still have my moments, as the club over the road will tell you. It's nice to be able to go and diversify and do all sorts of music.
Mm. And are you going to be able to blend easily with Chinese musicians? Do they use the same notation as we do? Because their print is different, isn't it?
Yeah, they have different sort of instruments. I mean, I think the language can be different. My Mandarin is not too good. I mean, I can order a 23 and a 46 every now and then, but I don't think they use those terms over there.
Well, I'm sure you'll enjoy the food, because Chinese food is very good. Yes.
It is indeed.
You're going to play us out with a number in this more sedate, gentle style, which is a number, in fact, I think, from the night music programme you've just been making for us. What is it?
It's called Gone But Not Forgotten.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rick Wakeman.